Now, welcome back, guys, on another episode, the 18th episode on Love, Death Plus Robots, Volume 1, Zima Blue. Zima Blue. Mm. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful. So beautiful. Hmm. Ooh. You took it to the next level, huh? He goes through the cosmos or through planets and um painting the rocks in space blue and stuff. For 100 years, that means he's lived longer than that. Mmm, lava. Hmm. So the woman wasn't satisfied neither. She continued to improve the robot. Hmm. The blue tiles. Hmm. All these celebrities, all these people came from far and wide to watch him perform once again. I'm making himself. Hmm. Wow. He went back to where he began or how he began. Hmm. All right, guys, there you have it. Uh, episode Zima Blue from Love, Death plus Robot. Now, the significance of this particular episode is so endearing that it can be depicted in so many different ways. Number one, when he was explaining how he began, the woman who made him wasn't satisfied. The woman continued to improve the robot, to improve it again and again and again, till one point, the woman passed away, and he went from one owner to the next, to the next, and to the next, and to the next, until he got hold of his own personality and got hold of him, his became his own owner and started doing these things. But the woman asked him, were you not a man that changed himself into a robot instead of a robot that turned himself part robot, part man, right? So in actuality, he was a robot from the get go. I guess Claire wasn't aware on how he began as a man. right? He didn't like he started from scraps and toolbox. That was where he began. And as he did the chores around the pool, all he could see is just that blue tile. And as he became famous, he never left that part of him from where he began, which showed a significant that, you know, as we humans, we should never forget what is most important to us. This man is so successful that he has ventured out into the cosmos. But when he got to the cosmos, he realized and recognized that everything he tries to invent or create, the coloring, the texturing, the details in those arts, that the cosmos were already speaking all those things before he even thought it up. So he figured out, you know what? The cosmos is more bigger than I am. Whatever I can imagine, it has already been created. It's already out there, right? What I'm trying to say is, you know, e- each episode has a different meaning. It's teaching something to us. And when he finally found out that the cosmos are already telling the truth or speaking already from his own creation or his own art, he figured out that he has achieved everything that he needed to achieve, that there's nothing more for him to do but to go back to how or where he began. So he dove inside that pool, and while swimming, he made himself and reverted himself into how he began, his beginning, his humble beginning. Um, he speaks to us humans to, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard that term that too much of something is not good for you, like too much of something is bad, and to always remember, not forget where you came from, not to forget your humble beginnings. Because as humans, when we get to a certain level of fame, when we get to a certain level of success, when we get to a certain level of recognition, we intend to forget our humble beginnings. We are so prideful now, we are so caught up in the success and in that world that we no longer recognize ourselves anymore. We change from where how we were to now what we see or what is surrounding us. As you can see, Zima Blue never forgot how he began. When he actually, even while he was progressing from one performance to the next, from one drawing or artwork performance to the next, he never forgot where he started. And he held on to his past so that he never forgot who he really was by using that blue sign, that blue texture, that blue design. He made sure that he put it inside his art, right? He put it inside his art. Of course, he didn't start doing that from the beginning, but as his fame grew, he recognized that in order for me to be one with myself, I need to also remember my humble beginning. But when he started art, he didn't do it at first because he needed to gain the recognition that he gained, and then he started to do what he wants. And that can be a problem for some of us. When it's time for us to do what we want, we intend to go astray and now remember our humble beginnings. Due to the fact that Zima Blue has achieved everything he ever wanted to achieve, that the cosmos is too big for him, too big for him to fathom, he reverted back to his humble beginning, and that probably ended the rest of his existence cleaning the pool. Like I can even go on and on to try to depict to diversify the significance of this episode. But one thing I can understand is, as we are as human beings, to not forget to also remember uh, how we came up, how we started, our humble beginnings. Because, you know, if each and every one of us, uh, I know, I know, based on what I'm saying, it can be subjective because some others had a rough, humble beginning, while some had a good, humble beginning. But I don't think that any humble beginning is that good to begin with. It's always tough, it's always hard. There's trials, tribulations, all these things that one has to go through during their humble beginning. So I believe each and every one of us have our own experience, uh, from our own humble beginnings. But overall, it's something that we shouldn't forget to stay humble, to, you know, uh, treat each other with kindness, with love, with acceptance, and, to honor not just ourselves, but to honor our own integrity. You know what I mean? So I'm going to digress it here, guys. I know I'm going on and on. I know if I can continue to, talk about this episode because the symbol or the symbolic or the significance of this episode is very heavy. And I'm not sure if I depicted it the way I really wanted to depict it, but from the little that I have said, hopefully it makes sense to you. Now, if you guys have any other honorable mention on the previous volumes, feel free to let me know in the comment sections and I will get to them when I can. So, on that note, stay safe, keep on keeping on.